If you're really serious about growing as a content creator in 2026, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to share some tools that I personally think are very important for us to invest in order to grow as a content creator. Now, I believe that having and knowing how to use these tools will not only scale up the way our content look, but also make help us make more money in 2026. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. By the way, my name is Abayomi and I've been in the content creation space for almost a decade now, and I've been able to learn a lot about content creation over the years. But this year I'm working towards growing as a content creator on YouTube, and I'm also documenting that journey. So if you're like me, you want to grow as a content creator and also learn, then make sure you subscribe. Let's get into the video. Yeah, so what I have done is to categorize these tools into different categories. The first category I would like to talk about is filming. So if you're really serious about growing as a content creator, some of the filming tools you should invest in. The first one is a microphone. I currently use this Green Lion mic, which I think does a great job canceling noise and also making my audio really pop out. So it does a great job actually. Another thing under this category is your light. Yeah, I understand that sunlight is inexpensive and it's good. Yeah, actually sunlight is actually pretty good, most especially if you're shooting outdoor content. But if you're shooting indoor content, then you might need, most especially in a space where there is not enough sunlight, you might need to invest in quality lights that would make your face pop and make the environment well lit up. Now the last thing I'll talk about under this filming category is camera. A lot of people tell you to start with what you have, yeah, which is understandable, but right now we are trying to grow. We are not just starting, we are trying to grow our content, right? We want to become better, right? We want to scale up, and the truth is people are more likely to watch your content if it is crisp, if the video is clear and the audio is smooth. People are more likely to watch your content. Nobody wants to watch a blurry video. So investing in a camera is actually a good investment. And I'm not talking about professional cameras. I'm also talking about investing in phone cameras, like upgrading your phone or switching to a phone that has a much better camera. And if you have the funds, you can actually invest in a professional camera. There's nothing wrong with that. Moving on to the second category, which is the video editing category. Some of the tools that you might need, there are several video editing tools actually. Some of them are free, and I do actually believe that it is time to start investing in these pro versions. For instance, CapCut is a good video editing tool that you can use on mobile and on desktop, and the free version is good for beginners, but for us trying to scale, trying to become better with our content, I feel like it is time to start investing in the pro version and start utilizing some of the pro features. Also, if you have a good laptop, DaVinci Resolve is a good free option. It does the job perfectly well. The only the only thing that you might have with DaVinci Resolve is that it needs a strong laptop that has a good system requirements basically. So for editing, think CapCut Pro, think DaVinci Resolve, think Adobe Premiere Pro. Make sure you find one video editing tool and learn as much as you can about that tool, and just use it in your content, and you see that your content just scales up and become better. Now under the graphics category, if you're a YouTube creator or you want to scale up your YouTube content like me, then things like thumbnails and your YouTube banner and some of your social media posts are very important. Like they need to follow the brand, they need to look good, and they need to look clean basically. So tools like Canva, number one, whether that is Canva free or Canva Pro. Another category to share tools under is project management. Now you need project management tools to manage things, some projects that you have as a content creator, things like creating your content calendar, your posting frequency, things like managing some of your tasks and your own calendar as a whole. And some tools that can help you, there is Notion, there is ClickUp, and there is also, I personally don't think it is important to use the paid tools. I feel like tools like Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Calendar, they do the job. In as much as we want to invest in some of these tools and get the best out of them, we still want to maximize the free ones and, you know, get the best out of them as well. So I think Google Sheets does a great job managing your content calendar, your posting frequency. Google Docs, you can use it to do your scripting. Google Calendar, you can use it to manage your personal life. You can use it to manage your professional life as well as a content creator. So another category I'm going to talk about is email marketing. There are some tools there that I want to talk about, but before then, I feel like I need to mention this. As growing creators, I feel like we need to now start thinking about getting people's email, thinking about building our own database this year. And that's because social media platforms, we don't own it, we can't control it. You can get banned, your profile can get deleted, but the moment we have our own database, then it becomes a lot more easier to communicate with them outside social media. So email marketing tools that you can use is MailChimp. There is ConvertKit. You know, there are a lot of them actually, but the most important thing is to start thinking of how to build your email list. And how do you do that? By creating a lead magnet that would attract people and let them give you their emails. So moving on from the email marketing category, another category is scheduling category. Although you might think that you don't need tools for this, but I feel like every creator that's serious about growing needs to get like scheduling tools. Let me explain. Now for me, for instance, I know that these apps, Instagram, X, TikTok, all of them, they have inbuilt scheduling feature. The moment I enter the app, two things happen. I forget what I went there to do. Number one, I just keep scrolling, and then number two, I just waste time doom scrolling until I exit and I don't get the goal that I went there for in the first place. I feel like having scheduling tools like Metricool, like HotSuite, all of these tools, right? If you have all of these tools, it's a lot more easier for you to focus and just schedule your content and do your stuff within few minutes or hours and leave the platform. And then the last category that I'm going to talk about is the analytics category. Analytics is very important right now. We need to look at our analytics. Yeah. Don't shy away from your analytics. Always look at your analytics. What your numbers are saying, what your audience are watching, what your audience are saving or sharing, you know, and just learn from your analytics. Basically, it is very important. If you have not been doing that in the past, this is when to start doing that. And the good thing is some of these scheduling tools that I mentioned earlier, they also have analytics, and some of these apps as well have analytics for you to look at. Now before I round up, here's a question that I want to ask you, and I want you to think deeply about this. As a growing creator, what is the biggest barrier that you face that is stopping you from growing in 2026? And I'm not just talking barriers, I'm talking about the biggest one that you feel like to you it seems like it can't be solved, like it can't be moved. You know, what is that one barrier? Let me know in the comment section and we would have a discussion on that, and maybe even make a video on that if I can help. Also, don't forget to share and like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you are a growing creator and you want to follow my journey as a growing creator as well in 2026 on YouTube.